Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, I'm going to talk about which SSR unit I chose from the SSR Max Limit Break chest. So, you guys remember I made a video talking about the Lucky Will event, and in that video, I also pretty much talked about the SSR Max Limit Break chest. But with that video, I left off with me saying that I don't know which unit I should choose in the max limit break chest. So I asked a couple of you guys, I asked you guys in the comment section in that video, which unit I should choose. Some of you guys said Gia. Some other people said Arc Raptor and multiple other SSR units. And some people also recommended me Michael. So it was really hard, but what really helped me decide, which unit to choose is which element am I lacking in the most. Right now for yellow element is looking pretty solid. We have E-Ring, we have Fresh Drac, we have Evan, Iwa, Hats, It's looking pretty good. I will say Shabisu is really he's becoming a really good unit overall because you have magic and physical resistance on him, and you're pretty much increasing his survivability. Plus, you have his revolution of phase 2, which also increases his survivability as well. So, Shabisu would have been a great pick. But since I already have bomb, it's like, do I really need another yellow element support unit for light element? Not really. Even though Shabisu is actually great. Now, when I take a look at purple element, it's a W. Like, this element is complete. We have Joaquin, I have Hayura, absolutely busted support unit. Have Kaseya, Vivi, Bargarf, amazing tank unit. Still trying to get more copies on him. And yeah, so for purple element, it's like I don't really need, to max out, let's say Nare, for example. Nare, her revolution phase 2 is really good, especially against bosses. It's really good. But do I need it? No. So I will say for a purple element, Nare would have been my #1 pick, but I asked myself, I was like, okay, if I already have Hayura, who's increasing the team's overall damage and increasing the team's attack speed because of her tier 4, do I need Nare even though her phase 2 is absolutely amazing? No. Plus, I don't have that much revolution fragments to use. If I come over here to limit break, I only have if I come over here, it says, where is it at? I can't see. Okay, 419. I don't even have a lot of revolution fragments, so I had to make, a smart decision, and I feel like Narrate just wasn't the best option for my account as of to right now. So purple element didn't really need to get another unit. For blue element, really good for my account. We have Light Yorick Mazino, we have Escanor, Kaiser is absolutely amazing. Data Mashini, to be honest, my Data Mashini isn't built, but I am thinking about building her in the future for sure because she is an amazing stall tank unit for a blue element. You don't even have to have a lot of copies on her. Reason why she's not really built is because I've been focusing on other units. So Data Mashini, definitely going to build this unit for sure. She is amazing. We got Elizabeth, Meliodas. These two are really good. Their phase 2 revolution is not that good. It just increases their survivability. But other than that, Elizabeth, Meliodas, they're still great. Blarode, really good when it comes to disrupting enemy teams' formations, plus using him against bosses. And Blanc is absolutely insane now, especially because of her phase 2. She is an insane unit, so definitely investing in her revolution in the future. Unron, I don't really use this unit anymore, to be honest. Novik, I'm starting to use this guy because of the basic attack increase for Kaiser. So Novik, definitely using him now. And of course, Lero, I also use this guy sometimes against bosses. So blue element is looking pretty good overall. We got a tank unit, we got a support unit, we also got a, amazing DPS unit. Blue element is cooking for me. Now for green element is looking good. Punisherin is maxed out. He is literally amazing. I have Rachel. To be honest, I don't really use Rachel that much anymore because, Kaiser came in and she just completely dominated the boss meta. But we have Rachel. I have Iwa, who's literally like the best healing support unit in the game. That is a hard, really, really good when it comes to shredding enemy shields. Child Yuri, um, I have no copies on her, so I'm not building her yet. Once I get her to at least 3 red stars, that's when I'm going to build her. Child and Dorsey, Lero, Shalil, and we also have Shinto of the Heart and Dorsey and Yeon. So Green Element is cooking. Like Green Element, I feel like I don't really need to invest in another Green Element unit. So some people recommended me Lorray, but I was like, if I already have Punisher in, is there any reason for me to go for, Lorray when I already have Punisher in, who's pretty much doing really good damage, and That is the Heart as well. That is the Heart does really, really good damage alongside with Shints of the Heart and Dorsey. So Green Element, there's really no need for me to max out another SSR unit when most of the units I have are pretty much good. Leroy's maxed out. He is absolutely amazing with his Phase 2 Revolution. So Green Element looks really, really good. So now we have one element left, and that element is Red Element. And as you guys can see, we have Awakened Rack. He is built. My Awakened Rack is built. My Evankel, she is not built. I'm not even using her. She's at 1 purple star, but I'm not really using her that much. My Vio, he is not built. He is at 3 green stars. The reason why he's not built is because he's not at 3 red stars. So I'm not gonna build him yet. Jinsung, he's definitely built, still trying to level up his equipment, but once he gets to at least 3 red stars, it's going to be insane. So I am using my Jinsung, obviously, and then of course Warun, definitely using her, really amazing support unit. Vicente, I sometimes use him, depends on the situation. And then we also have Red Mask Quill right here, which is really amazing. And then I'm using my Gia as well. So for Red Element, you guys can clearly see that I am lacking DPS characters, because yes, I do have Vio and Evankel, but they're not built. The only one that's pretty much built properly is Jinsung and Vicente. So the unit that I chose was Arc Raptor. I chose this guy. And the reason why is because, like I said, Red Element for my account is pretty much lacking is pretty much lacking DPS characters. And Arc Raptor, his Revolution Phase 2 is actually pretty decent. I went ahead and I read his Phase 2, and it looks really nice. The fact that it says crowd control always results in crit hit. It basically has guaranteed crit for special move. And then for tier 5, it says Arc Raptor style, Shinto control is enhanced, fluctuating attack by an additional 8% per swiftness fluctuation. So his Phase 2 is very, very solid. And I do feel like, of course, later on in the future, if we do end up getting, a busted Red Element SSR DPS unit, maybe it's going to be Princess Anak. I don't know. But I chose Arc Raptor so that he can pretty much be a temporary DPS unit for my account. Once my Vio reaches 3 red stars, or my Jinsung reaches 3 red stars, I am literally not going to use Arc Raptor that much. He's just here to pretty much help me progress through Red Element Trial and also progress through Adventure Mode. Because in Adventure Mode, the top teams that are definitely carrying me in Adventure Mode is Purple Team Comp. This team has been carrying me since the beginning. This team is just overpowered. My second team comp would be Blue Element team, which includes Escanor, Kaiser, Blanc, Meliodas, Flight Eric Mazino. Another good team would be Light Element team. This team is really, really strong. You just have to make sure that your Yi-Ring pops off her special move first, so that Compressed Track can pretty much one-tap the entire enemy team. And then my fourth team comp is, of course, going to be a Green Element team. I only put Vicente in here so that he can one-shot some of these units, but I'm going to put that as a hard back in. So this is pretty much, these are pretty much my main team comps for Red Element Trial. Not Red Element Trial, but Adventure Mode. But when it comes to Red Element team comp, this was my team before I had Arc Raptor. So I had Jinsung, Gia, Red Maskwa, Warun, and Awakened Rack. And you guys can see that I only have one DPS unit. So that's why I chose Arc Raptor. And I pretty much took out Gia, or I can take out, let's say, Red Maskwa, and then I can put Arc Raptor in instead for more additional damage. So I was thinking about choosing Gia because for her Revolution of Phase 2, Tier 4, she can increase your team's attack, your Red Element team's attack by 80%. So it is really nice. But the thing is, if I max out Gia, then to be honest, the only thing that I would unlock is her tier 4. So I would rather, get copies of Gia through the normal summon banner, and once I reach four orange stars, I'll be able to get her revolution tier 4, and that's it. I feel like I don't think getting her tier 5 is a solid pick, because it's gonna be, a lot of revolution fragments I'm spending. So I decided to go for Arc Raptor instead, for just more additional damage for red element. Now, would I recommend anybody else to do this? No, because everybody's account is different. Like I always say that you should pick characters depending on, which state your account is in. Of course, when it comes to meta units, you want to go for purple team comp, you want to go for Kaiser, of course. When it comes to meta units, you definitely want to get them. But once you reach a point where you pretty much have every single meta unit in the game, now you have to ask yourself, which element are you lacking the most? Like, which team comp is lacking the most, and what do you need more in that specific team comp? And that's what I asked myself, and Arc Raptor was definitely the answer. He deals pretty good damage. He was able to deal 14 billion damage in a red element trial area, which was pretty good. So overall, am I mad about my choice? Like, am I mad at the fact that I chose him? Not really. He is a pretty solid unit. But of course, like I said, once we reach later updates in the game, we are going to have better units in the future. We're going to have better red element DPS units in the future. So Arc Raptor is pretty much just here temporarily. He's here temporarily, and eventually, when we get a better DPS unit, he is definitely going to get replaced. So I'm just trying to organize a team comp right here. Should I put Kaiser up top? I think I should put Kaiser up top right here. Blanc up here. And then, yeah, let's go to enter battle. So, yeah, I feel like Arc Raptor was a pretty solid choice. At first, I was going to go for Nare or Gia, but then I realized that for Nare, I already have Halyera, who's absolutely amazing for Purple Element. And Gia, I can just get more copies of her through the normal summon banner. So choosing Arc Raptor, I feel like it was a pretty solid choice overall, because red element in my account is lacking really hard. It is really lacking, and I do feel like if I focus on a specific SSR plus unit, I can definitely max them out to 3 red stars easily. I mean, I pretty much did it with which unit was it again? I completely forgot, but I did it with Flight Uric Mazino. Like, I focused on him, and he's at, like, I think 3 orange stars. So I do feel like I have to focus more on a specific unit. But the thing that sucks is, in order for me to focus on a specific SSR plus unit, that would require me to pretty much use all my summons on that SSR plus unit. So that's why I'm mostly, saving my resources for, characters coming in the future, so that I can make guides for you guys. We completely got shredded right there. Let's go ahead and put Kaiser up top right here, and let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to beat this fight in this video, which is totally fine. But yeah, that's literally all I wanted to talk about with you guys in today's video. And it's still crazy to me how for anniversary, they let us max out an SSR unit of our choice. I did wish that they would let us choose, future upcoming SSR characters, because if that was the case, I would have saved that box. I would have saved it for a future SSR unit, or I would have used it on let's say, I'll say Vargar, for example. I would have used it on a future SSR unit instead of using it on old SSR characters. So I will say, I'm definitely disappointed the fact that they didn't give us the option to save it for future upcoming SSR units. Instead, we had to use it for old units. So the SSR selection chest, that pretty much benefited mostly beginner players. For us veteran players, it's like a lot of people did not know what to choose, and it is what it is. But yeah, this fight right here, we're getting completely annihilated. So I'm gonna try to beat this off camera, because we're not gonna beat it here. It's gonna take too long. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.